What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. It is that time of the month again where we are going to be reviewing what I have been doing in the beat making world in the first couple of weeks of August. Now, as you may have seen in the thumbnail, there has been some alarming things which have been presented to my own beat store which will need addressing, or maybe is something that is inevitable. I don't know. We will discuss that in this video, as well as showing you the ins and outs of what I've been doing at the moment and what I do to plan for the second part of August going into September. So if you are new to this channel and have an interest in beat making, I highly recommend you subscribe to the channel right now, as it's not only the best way to support the channel, but the best way to make sure you never miss a video like this going forward. So with that mandatory out of the way, let's not waste any more time. Let's get into the breakdown of the first 2 weeks of selling beats in August. Okay, so
let me talk to you!
One of the biggest issues I'm having this month has just had a little bit of a sense of a flat feeling to it. It just feels like the momentum that I've been having for the past 3 months has slowly been disappearing. Now, this is very interesting because it's actually approaching that time of the year when beat selling really starts to underperform for me. I can actually say this now because I've been selling beats for long enough, which is cool. I can now compare data from last year, and last year September was a very poor month for me, and it did start in August where everything went down from plays to free downloads to purchases. It just seems like in this time period of the year it seems to dip. Now, I wanted to know if it was just me or if it's other people, so I recently did a survey on this YouTube channel to ask you guys when your best performing seasons are of the year and when your worst performing seasons are, and the results are very interesting and do give some pretty convincing results. So firstly, I did ask what is the period of the year typically that's best for beat selling, and a large majority of you said October to December, which again for me is my best time of the year. And in second place we have January to March. Now that's very interesting because I can also agree that it did follow this pattern for me. October to March was probably my best performing 6 months when it comes to beat selling, and comparing my results from last year, July to September was pretty dead for me. It didn't pick up till mid-October again, so that's very interesting that October to December seems to be the majority of people who, the 94 beat makers who answered this, it seems to be the same thing for them as well. Then I asked what your worst performing months were, and again, surprise surprise, the worst performing months are July to September. So, and that was 63 beat makers who answered that one, and you can probably all now from this data pretty convincingly see that there is a pattern for all beat makers. Now, this is something that's probably a seasonal factor as to why your beat sales may drop in this up and coming weeks and months. Now, there is stuff we can do to plan to try and help us get more beat sales in this period, but first we've got to understand why it is that people aren't making as many sales. Now, firstly, it has been summer, so loads of people probably use this opportunity to spend money, go on holidays, and summer is one of them seasons which really eats into the bank account when you don't notice it. From a personal point of view, money just seems to disappear out my account in summer, and I don't really know what on. It's just what it is. Summer just seems to have that factor to it where you're out more, you're trying to enjoy, and also I do think the momentum, because you're halfway through the year, and the momentum for artists can slow down a little bit. Now, this isn't excuses for not making any beat sales, because what I'm going to be doing for that is a end of summer sale. I highly recommend, if you're not doing this already, you definitely should jump on the end of summer sale, whether you're going to offer a new bulk deal on your beat store or you're going to offer some sort of a coupon like a 50% off for summer, 60% off, even 70% off if you really want to incentivize, then that's something you can do. Again, that's just what my plan is, because it's starting to get a little bit noticeable. Things are starting to slow down, and let's have a look at the stats to try and see why. So the first thing is the stats for the month. Yes, as I mentioned in the previous video, the views are definitely still down on my beat store, which is, I don't know why. A lot of people have experienced this as well. No one really knows the true reason why, but as I always say, views don't mean really a lot when it comes to selling beats, so I'm not going to scream and cry about it and say, oh no, everything's going wrong because views are down, because no, you can still very much be getting beat sales when the views are down. So it is what it is. Views are down though. This is nearly by, I would say, just probably about 30% down, so that's quite a lot, and that's why it was so noticeable. And then when we come to free downloads has been pretty consistent. 105 free downloads for the month for me. That's okay. I had a very good start to the month, free downloads, and then for some reason the 8th of August everything just dropped off. I don't know why. It's really weird. The market's been really weird at the moment. I can't understand a lot of things that are going on, and I don't have the answers for it. But one thing I'm very happy about is, as I mentioned in previous videos, I'm still trialing the Pro page for a set amount of time, and free downloads have gone over a lot. They've gone up so much more. Still above the web marketplace. The player, which this is what I was using originally to drive all traffic to, has got 1 free download still. But the Pro page is really doing its thing now for free downloads, which is awesome. So my email subscriber list is growing, which is great. And on top of that, that could be potential purchases in the future. Once the artist is written over the beat, they might come back and then purchase a license for the beat. So then the all-important thing, how much have I earned so far this month? Well, it is a very respectable amount I've earned in the grand scheme of things. If I think back to my first year of beat selling, you know, I can't take these things for granted. But I do have certain expectations for how much I want to be earning a month now, and we can sort of tie that in. So firstly, let's have a look. So $428 net is what I've earned so far this month, and we've actually got an interesting mixture. We have I think we have 3 marketplace purchases, 1 on the Blaze Players, which is my website, and 1 on the Pro page. Now, that doesn't really help my case for if the Pro page is better than the Players. I actually believe that I got this player sale through website organic search traffic, which is crazy. So someone on Google typed in acoustic, it was in the acoustic section of my beats. They typed in acoustic ballad, they went to my website and they bought a beat, which is really cool because I haven't had that sort of sale yet on my beat store. So that's really cool. I got something from Google search traffic. But in terms of the Pro page, I did finally get a sale through there. In fact, I've had 2 sales this month on the Pro page, which I think could be seen as a good sign that the Pro page, maybe if I plug at this for another 30 to 60 days, is going to work better than Blaze Players. But again, it's too early to share that results with you guys to let you definitively know if one's better than the other. And again, everyone's going to have different experiences with them as well. But yes, $428. Well, one thing I want to say as well is I haven't had any sales on Airbit, which is a shame, but a little bit of a major breaking news. The Airbit YouTube monetization is down, and this is a big problem because this is one of my biggest factors when it comes to beat selling, is having this in place. So not to say that I'm bit frustrated that Airbit haven't sorted the problem because it's been going on for a couple of weeks, but I do wish they would hurry up and sort this, because this is one of them things where all my beats in my beat store are getting copyrighted, and I'm sure loads of artists who are using my beats who maybe I even need to talk about them getting it taken down if I upload it to Spotify, or maybe like if there's any claims that I need to be had because they're using it for non-profit. This is something that I need to be on top of, and I can't be on top of it if Airbit isn't fixing this. So yeah, even though no one from Airbit will watch this, if you are by some miracle watching this, Airbit, please get this sorted. It's really getting a bit concerning. So other than that, YouTube Type Beat channel, again, like everyone's saying, the YouTube Type Beat channel is struggling. You're always reaching out to me for how you can grow a Type Beat channel, and I actually, with my own Type Beat channel, have hit a little bit of a momentum blocker where we've had so many good months. Probably about 5 months in a row I was getting more of everything every month, and this is the first month, again, August, approaching that dark and dismal period for beat selling where everything's just gone down and is a little bit less than it was. I'm not too concerned because we've had a very good run so far this year. The channel's been growing at an excellent pace. We've got over 1,000 subscribers. We're nearly on 4,000 hours watch time, which will get this channel monetized. I'm actually starting a really new project as well, which will make this an artist page, because I'm now going to be releasing beats under JG Beats as well on Spotify as a little extra cool thing. But that is a topic for a different video, because there's a very interesting money earner which I'm going to be starting with that. So make sure you subscribe if you're not already, because that is going to be a very cool video when it drops. But when we talk about the Type Beat channel, I've been experimenting a little bit more recently with the sort of beats I'm uploading. So we got some Billie Eilish type beats, even Maroon 5, Harry Styles done a bit more of, just to try and mix things up a bit and try and see if I can find a new style of artist to try and really smash. And so far the results have been, the views typical as they are for my Type Beat channel. Now, will these change if I keep mixing things up? Hopefully, we'll just have to see what happens with that. Which brings me on to the last thing we need to show, which is the chart which I show you at the end of every single video to show you my progress, because this is a $10,000 beat selling challenge. We're trying to sell $10,000 of beats in 1 year. So to be able to do that, obviously we need to monitor it so I can be sure. Now, this is all just from BeatStars, Airbit, and custom beat making. This is the only things, though any of my freelance services aren't included in this. And you can see now I've updated it, so we're on to the 13th. I haven't updated it so far for this week, mainly because I haven't made any sales this week. It's been a very quiet week, to say the least. But with that all considered, we have made $7,011 to date this year, and we have $2,988.25 to go in this $10,000 beat selling challenge. Now, will I do it? It's possible. It's going to be close. September, I'm predicting a very quiet month unless the end of summer sale can come through. You can see August, we're halfway through the month, and we're still on track to beat February, which was a very quiet month, very randomly quiet month. I expect to get a couple more Beat sales this month to get it over the line just by the standards I set myself on the Beat store and the traffic I get. But at the same time, I would not be surprised if I only get one more sale for the rest of the month. And then when we get into September, we don't know. I genuinely believe September could be a February kind of month, which means we need to hit October, November, and December really, really hard. But at the moment, we are on track. As you can see here, being below the line is good. So we are on track to get $10,000. So yeah, stay tuned. Next vlog in 2 weeks, and we'll see if I can get any closer to that 10,000. This vlog in 2 weeks literally could be a very depressing one because I don't know if I'm going to get any sales, if I'm being honest with you. I'm being completely transparent with you here. So I'll do what I can, and you know, as always on the channel, if I find something that works, I will report to you back in the same vlog 2 weeks later. But till then, guys, keep making music, good luck on your grind, and I will see you in the next video.